Good evening, welcome to the shed. First of all, sorry about the strange camera angle, it's a bit close. That's because the light's playing havoc and shining off my forehead because it's dark outside. Anyway, I haven't got one of those big silver things. I need one of those. Can't remember what they're called, somebody tell me down below. So, good news, my silicon's arrived, which means I can finish off my flower pot mould. So I'm not going to mess around, you know what I've got to do. Mould, bottom, flower pot fits in there, and then the whole thing fits in this box. So all I've got to do is quickly, well, I'm going to pour up a couple of batches of silicon and fill up that lot there. Okay. I'm applying the mould release agent. Good dose. This is my new silicon. First of all, I'm making up a batch of, I think it was 300 grams. Pure, no additives, just to make sure that the detail is completely covered. Mix it up with the old drill and pour it all the way around the edges and into the centre. Just filling up a little other mould that I had there. Okay, another, I think it was 300 again. And this time I'm going to be adding the spare, or my waste silicon, just to reuse it to fill up the big hole. And then just make up another small batch just to finish off the topping. Had to be really quick because you don't get very long with this stuff. Okay, then now I've got to give it a good old shake to get all the air bubbles out. Because I've added the silicon, you do get quite a lot of bubbles, and some of those do show in the mould, unfortunately. There you go, this is me shaking it. You might be able to see the bubbles there. And that's it. So I finished the mould. I had awful trouble getting it out of here. Actually, it was the middle part. So let me show you the completed mould. This bit here is solid. Obviously, it uses my ground up bits of old moulds, old silicon. Yeah, but I had terrible trouble getting this out of here, as you can imagine. It was absolutely stuck, but I managed to sort of work it out and just kept on pulling, and in the end it came out. So we've got a complete mould. I've already done a pour. Got to get that the right way around. Yeah. So I've already done a pour, but I had problems. The idea is that I pour it that way up. Trouble is there's nothing supporting the bottom. So first one leaked. I tried clamping it, did it again. But this time it came out of the sides, and if you see the flower pot, which weighs way too much, it's at least double weight, that is way too thick there. That one's alright, but that one there is also double thickness, where it just pushed the mould out. So I have to follow my own advice and support the mould properly. So what I'm going to do this morning, God that's heavy, is put a bottom on this. Once the mould's in situ, let me show you that. Hold on, let's do that. So this goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4. That goes like so. It's actually this. The top is the bottom on this mould. So when that top is on there, in there, I have to support that part of the mould. So that's what I'm going to do this morning. Then when I flip it, everything should be nice and tight. I can pour again, and this time it should be okay. Okay, let's see how we get on. Anyone remember these? These are the old clocks that you used to have in your chemistry at school. So during my time lapse, I'm going to have that running so you can see the time clicking by. Only problem is this one keeps conking out. Yeah, I think I've overwhelmed it. It'll go. Okay, let's get started. Okay, that's the mould box built. Nice and tight, it won't be going anywhere. Obviously it's a bit of a pain to take it in and out. I had to put some tape around it to stop the lid coming off as I was putting it in the mould. So we can pour through the top once I move that bit of tape. So I'm going to do a lead pour. I won't do that on camera because it's a bit of a faff to set it all up. But yeah, okay, we're going to do another pour and I'll show you the results in a minute. Okay, first attempt. I didn't quite have enough lead, so I know there's going to be a bit missing. Let's have a look and see if the mould box worked. It's not easy, this lead creation process, you know. Need a handle on this. Okay, no leaks, which is good. Push it through. I was a bit worried the polyurethane might melt, but don't think any heat's got to it, so that's good. Okay, hopefully you can see this okay. Bit of weird light coming through the window. Let's move that slightly. Had to clean the shed yet again this morning. I'm sure I clean my shed about 3 times a day. Right. Okay. Lead creation, reveal yourself. Oh, well, that's not bad. I said I was a little bit short of lead, and I was. This is going to be still hot. That's the other thing. Okay, that is looking much better. A bit rough on the inside. I think I've got 1 or 2 air bubbles maybe. I don't know, but it's the right thickness. A few bits of odd stuff there. Obviously missing a bit at the bottom. But I reckon those will be alright. Those people who said, who's going to buy a lead flower pot? You know who you are. You're going to eat your words. Okay, reveal again. I told you this would stop. Don't really know what's going on. Okay, so this I think has worked. It filled up to the top. I've clipped the tops off. I've loosened the mould. Haven't had it out completely, but I think we'll be okay. Look at that. Oh, it's very, very hot. Other gloves required. A little bit of a dodgy edge on there. I don't know if that's quite good enough for the general public. I've also got a tear in my mould. That's a bit of annoying. I think that's where I was a bit over exuberant trying to get the mould out of its maybe I need to, oh, there you go, let it cool down. There you go. I reckon that's all right. A little bit of a dodgy rim there. Might be able to tidy that up. I think I will attempt to tidy this one up. I need to let it cool. I've learned a couple of things. I was doing some research on making my own patina fluid stuff. I realised that I shouldn't be washing the lead because as soon as you get it wet it starts oxidising. So I need to avoid doing that. So I need to let it cool naturally. The other thing I did is bought some copper sulphate. So in a minute, when that's cooled, we'll have a go at trying to make our own patina. Now, the stuff that I bought previously in the little pot has a bit of sulfuric acid in it as well. I haven't added that, so I'm just hoping that this will just work a bit slower. We will see. Okay, so I've cleaned it up a bit. This one's not quite good enough for sale, so I'm going to have this one. I need to buy myself a decent set of files just to help cleaning up, because I'm trying to shave it with a knife and you just can't get into the right places. So a trip to B&Q for that, I should think, and then I can just sort of clean it up a little bit better. There are one or two imperfections, but I think I'm just going to have to sell it as, you know, a piece of gardenware. I mean, the other thing is, it's not like a ceramic one. They break. Plastic ones, they split. You know, this is lead. That's for life, that is. A lead pot is for life, not just for Christmas. Also, this isn't going to blow over, is it? You know, that's heavy. Take some wind to blow that over. I've got 200 ml of warm water. I've got, can't read it, 250 grams copper sulfate. You might remember this stuff from your school days or your home school days. Used to use it for doing copper plating. Put a couple of nails in a solution of copper sulfate. Sorry, one nail. Oh, I can't remember. I think it was a nail and a bit of silver foil or something. And it used to copper plate the nail. Anyone remember that? Maybe it's just me. Obviously not getting into it correctly. Also, I've got wet hands, which isn't good. Right. Oh, it's already wet. So basically stick a load of that in there. Don't know how much. It's probably about 50 grams. It's got to be nice and blue. I would say that was nice and blue. Still not dissolved. Go again. I think that's probably blue enough. Okay, set up my table, and then we'll try painting some on, see what happens. Probably nothing, actually. Okay, we're all set up. The other reason I'm not going to sell this one is because I haven't put my maker's mark in either. So a little bit of extra work required. It's also a little bit rough, so I think I probably could tidy it up. Okay, let's get my brush. At least when I make my own solution, I can be quite liberal with the brushing. So that's like 100 ml. That was about 11 quid, I think, for 100 ml. This was, I think, 4 quid. So this works. It'll be lovely. However, I feel it might not. So I'm going to go over to time lapse now, and then just leave it running. Okay, so I think that's complete. Another project success. 2 in a week, that is. Bloody hell. It's getting a bit hot in the shed, getting a bit sweaty. Okay, so you may have seen me, first of all I use my copper sulfate, and that gives it a nice sort of garden lead appearance. I quite like it actually. It's a bit greyer than the acid, which gives it a black, but actually this is more lead to me. Looks like lead pipework, which is basically what that stuff's used for. So I use copper sulfate, and then I also read that the patina oil that they use is actually white spirit based. So I coated it in white spirit. That stops it calcifying. I said oxidizing earlier. The oxidizing is the grey that you want. The calcifying is the white when it gets wet, which you don't want, because it stains your building and you know, well, I suppose it was stain wherever you put your pot plant. Anyway, so that is the finished article. A little bit of clean-up needed on this one, but on any that I sell, I'll do them a bit better. It looks quite antique, which is the effect that I'm going for, and I think that is a winner chicken dinner. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Don't forget, like, subscribe, tell your friends, all of that stuff. That'd be brilliant. Thanks very much. Next project is, I think I've already given you a little teaser of this. That's coming up next week. See you soon. Thanks for watching.